All right, you guys, you may have noticed I kind of switched this one out for Pythagorean theorem because this more closely looks like what is going to be on the test, where we're going to want to know what the height of something is if we know kind of the slant length, or in this case, this ladder length. So we want to know how high this ladder is going. That's where we have the H right here. I'm going to switch colors because that's like the same color as the problem. And we know how long the ladder is, and we know how far away the ladder is from the building. Okay, so this makes a right angle, so we can use Pythagorean theorem. We know the legs are A and B, and if you remember the Pythagorean theorem, it is on the board, but if you want to write it down in your notes, equals C squared, where C is always the hypotenuse. So in this case, C is going to be 10 squared, and our units are meters here. A is going to be, the shorter side is probably 5 squared, although it doesn't matter which one it is, plus, and then H squared. So we want to know how high that ladder is. So you have to remember, this time we have this side, so we're not just going to add them together and then answer it. We're going to have to subtract to get the numbers on the same side. But let's go ahead and square everything. So we have 25 plus H squared equals 100. So if we subtract 25 from both sides, we have H squared is equal to 75, but we are not done. Remember, we have to get H by itself. We have to do the inverse of squaring something, which is the square root. So H is equal to the square root of 75. And this is cool because I can simplify this, right? You can either put it in the calculator and get your decimal. I'm not sure, but if it's a multiple choice question, the answer will probably be as a root, but it will be as a reduced root. So what I know is that I can rewrite 75 as the square root of 25 times 3. And the reason I did that is because I know that 25 has a square root, right? Because 5 times 5 is 25. So I can bring that out, and the most reduced version of this is going to be 5 root 3. Now, you could use your calculator. I'm going to do it on my calculator I have in front of me, and if I do the square root of 75, sorry you guys, you're probably faster at this than I am. If I do the square root of 75, that is approximately 8.66. Whoops. 8.66 meters approximately, because I had to round. So this is an approximate answer. This is an exact answer. So this is 5 meters root 3, which ends up being approximately 8.66. I can also, in my calculator, I know you can't see this, but if I do 5 times the square root of 3, let's see, I get the same thing. All right. And what I have gotten is the height, oh, I don't like that yellow, maybe this blue? Oh, now it's green, is the height on the building, or the height of the building up to that point. And write this down and remember it, because that's going to make more sense when you're, it's going to make sense to you when you're taking the test.